What's going on, everybody? It's U-Turn Crowbat here, and you're watching U-Turn Central. Now, before we get started, I do want to let you guys know of a couple of things. One, that I don't know how many of you read the description, but there is going to be a link in that description from now on, locating you to X and Y Friend Treadle Battle Central. They are a Pokemon group over on Facebook, so make sure you go under the into the description. Make sure you find that link, make sure you click it, make sure you join the group, make sure you make that page grow bigger, because that's exactly what they want. It's just like me, guys. I want to try and make my channel grow bigger, and they want to try and make their group grow bigger. So I want you guys to go check them out, just help them out, just make that page grow bigger. They want to get as many members as possible, so I want you to join, so join. Now, before we get started, guys, I am bringing you another Wi-Fi battle against Tommy. In a previous battle, I had brought you a Wi-Fi battle against a friend of mine from actually the same Pokemon group that Tommy and I are part of, Adventures of a Pokemaniac. I forget his name. I forget his name now. Oh man, that sucks. But in that previous battle, he and I were part of the same group, and today I'm bringing you the same kind of thing. Tommy and I are part of the same group. Now, he's bringing a pretty threatening team, I might say. So, let's get this started, and let's see what I mess up on. So I am bringing my Zangoose, my Garchomp, my Drapion, my Toxicroak, my Electros, and my Golurk. So let's get right down to it and kind of see how this plays out. I had brought my Zangoose in for a previous battle, but I wanted to bring in my Garchomp just to kind of test him out more. He is faster, so I just kind of wanted to see. I wanted to see how he was going to do. So, anyways, that's why I brought Garchomp. So I ended up going out into my Zangoose because I want to try and get my attack up, but unfortunately, he brings out his Straptor and intimidates me. So while I do use the Facade, it doesn't do much at all, and I do get the poison up, which is awesome for me, but I do not want to get hit with a close combat. So I end up going out into my Iron Giant, my Golurk, because fighting type moves don't affect me at all. So while I go out, I'm trying to predict him, and I predict well because he did try to go for that close combat. So he ends up going out into his Ferrothorn, and most Ferrothorns, if not all, will know like Vine Whip and Power Whip, or whatever the hell it's called. But I end up going for the Ice Punch, and I do get hurt with the Iron Barb, so I don't want to take that much more. So I end up switching out into my Garchomp. I want to try and hit it with an Earthquake, or get a Sorosance up and hit it with a Dragon Claw or something. Now, as you can see, the Ferrothorn's Bulldoze doesn't do anything to my Garchomp. My Garchomp is a special bulky Garchomp, and I do love him very much. I'm so happy that he helped me up to this point. So, he ends up going for a Slacking. Now, I have just about the same kind of Slacking. I still have yet to use him because I'm kind of worried he won't be that good in battle. But this Slacking does use Giga Impact, and seeing how much damage that Giga Impact can do, I'm kind of second guessing on not bringing Slacking in because I have this pretty much the same Slacking, so I kind of want to test mine. So from now on, I think I'm just going to bring mine in. So I end up going into my Toxicroak, so I don't want to take another Giga Impact. So I do end up hitting it with a Drain Punch. Now, luckily for me, Slacking does have that annoying ability that makes it recharge. While it has to recharge after it uses a move. That's what I'm trying to say. But he ends up going out into his Espeon, and the reason why I tried going for my Poison Jab was to try and get the poison off. But, I mean, even though I didn't get the poison off, I am glad that I got the Espeon down to that much because I was able to take him out just then. So he ends up going back into his Straptor, which is awesome because it does no Intimidate. And so, at this point, I don't really want to take a close combat, so that's why I brought Iron Giant out again, because I'm kind of predicting he's going to use close combat again. But he ends up using Brave Bird, and that's unfortunate for me. So I know that the priority Brave Bird is a bitch, and that just proved it just then. Because he ends up taking my Golurk out. Now, luckily for me, though, he does get the recoil. So while I go into my Zangoose, I'm kind of thinking if he does go for another Brave Bird, then I actually probably won't be able to live it, but I end up going out into my Zangoose anyways. He switches out into his Ferrothorn, and I use my Quick Attack, which does not do a thing to Ferrothorn. I don't know really what I was thinking. I know that my attack is boosted, but I probably should have used, well, Close Combat or Facade. But anyways, that's what I decided to do right now. I use Close Combat, and I'm able to take the Ferrothorn out. Now, at this rate, I'm kind of thinking, well, even though I do have the poison up, it's not doing a lot of damage to my Zangoose right now. So, if I can leave my Zangoose in and do more damage to his team, then I will be set. So, as you can see, I do get hurt from the poison, but he ends up going out into his Strapler, and he does get the Intimidate off again. And I'm kind of thinking, you know, I want to try and take this bird out, because that Intimidate is not helping me at all. So I do go out into my Electros, because I do know that flying types like Strapler are weak to electric, or at least they're damaged by it. So he ends up using U-turn, and he switches out. Now at this point, he goes into my Weave, his Ampharos. And so I know now that my moves aren't going to do a thing to this Ampharos. So I end up going out into my Drapion, because I want to try and get an Earthquake or something, or Cross Poison or something, you know, off. If I went for the cross, or if I go for the Cross Poison, I do try and get the poison off. But the Ampharos does use Signal Beam, which is a pretty good move to have, because as you can see, it takes me down to less than half, which is awesome for him. He goes out into his Nidoking while I go out into my while I go for my Earthquake. Now, either way, while he did have his Ampharos in, I was gonna try and use my Earthquake. When he switched out, I was just kind of thinking, well, I don't care. Someone is going to get hit with an Earthquake, and I am lucky he did not bring out his Strapper while I went for my EQ. But I end up taking his Nidoking out with a second Earthquake, which is awesome for me because I did not want to put up with that. So he goes back out into his bird, his annoying little Strapper there. Yes, Tommy, I did say annoying. He ends up taking just barely, as I should say, just barely takes my Drapion out. Now, I am living with just a little hair, so I'm hoping I can do more damage with this Drapion. He goes onto a Slacking, and I do use my Cross Poison. My Cross Poison is an amazing attack to use while I do have the Scope Lens, and while I am a Sniper. And so he ends up going for a Strapler, and at this point I'm kind of thinking, you know, what the hell can I do? So he unfortunately takes me out here with a U-turn. I mean, I was only living at 3 HP, so I did not expect Drapion to really live. But at this point, we both have to switch out, and he goes back into his Ampharos, his incredibly bulky Ampharos, I might add. That's why I have one on my electric team for my gym. But I go out into my Toxicroak, and while I go into my Toxicroak, and he does withdraw. I'm kind of thinking, what the hell are you doing to me? But he did have an amazing play, because he did not want me to get all my attack in. Now, I do get the Poison Jab, and I am able to poison his Strapler there. And I am able to take it out because he got poisoned. Now, that's lucky for me, because a priority Brave Bird would have taken me out. Or so I'm thinking. It probably would have. So he ends up going back into his Ampharos, and I switch out. Now, I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have at least tried to take it out with a Poison Jab, or at least poison it or something. But anyways, that was a bad move on my part, because he ends up hitting me with his own T-Bolt, and I switch back. At this point, I need to try and do something, if anything, to his Ampharos. So I end up going into my Blue Flash, because I want to try and get some major attacks on him, but he ends up going into a Signal Beam, and that does a lot, and it does take me out, unfortunately. I don't really know what I was thinking. I kind of just wanted to do anything. I shouldn't be taking these risks, guys. I should not be taking these risks, but I do, and that's what happens. You fail if you do. So he ends up going for this freaking, like, dragon move, dragon pulse, whatever it was, and just about takes me out. Now, my Toxicroak is very bulky, compared to some other Toxicroaks, I guess. I haven't really faced many, but he takes me out right here. Pretty good move, pretty good move. Good job, Ampharos, good job. So, I go onto my Electros. I use my Giga Drain. It does nothing. This isn't the only Pokemon I have left, so I kind of needed to do something. I knew a Flamethrower wasn't going to work. I knew a Volt Switch wasn't going to work. I knew a T-Bolt wasn't going to work. And so I kind of thought, you know, if the Giga Drain was going to do anything, if it was going to do more than I thought, then I would be getting more HP back instead of using a T-Bolt that wouldn't have done much of anything. So that was my mindset when I was using Giga Drain. I kind of wanted to get that HP back if the Giga was going to do more than I expected. But unfortunately, it didn't, only because I might be wrong when I'm saying this, so guys, don't get mad at me, don't yell at me, oh my god, don't yell at me. But I'm kind of thinking, hear me out, the Ampharos resists it. I am waiting for all of you guys just to, like, yell at me and prove me wrong, and that's fine. That's fine. I want to hear your opinions, but be nice about it. But like I said, that was my mindset, just using Giga Drain. Like, I just wanted to take that risk. But from now on, I need to stop taking these stupid, unnecessary risks. I actually want your guys' opinion. During this battle, I threw out some amazing Pokemon. I threw out some amazing pokes, and I want to know what you guys think I should have done. Which Pokemon I should have preserved. I'm thinking that I should have preserved my Drapion, even though it was living at like 3 HP. I would have outsped it. Crap. Okay, guys, that's exactly what I should have done. I should have kept my Drapion. My Drapion would have outsped it. Ampharos is slow. Oh my god, it's slow. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me fail. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this battle. Like I had mentioned before, Tommie is part of the same group. And we are going to be opening, I think in a month or two. I think next month. In June sometime. So, even though the link is in the description, you guys can go and try and check it out. I don't know if you're going to really see anything, but once we do open, make sure you guys join the group, because at that point, once we open, we are going to try and get bigger. So, and another thing, go in the description, find the link for the X and Y Friend Traddle Battle Central. And I want you guys to go join up. I want you guys to go show your love to them, alright? Make sure you do that. And make sure you guys RCS to me. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take care. Peace.